Hello, I'm Shell, and today I thought it would be a fun idea to do the television tag. I think this tag was originally created by Kaylee Hyde, so I will leave the link to her channel below. I also saw Lisa London do this recently, so I will also leave her link down below. But let's just get into the questions. Question number 1, favorite shows. Okay, so I have a ton of favorite TV shows because I've been watching a ton of TV for a very long time, so I can't possibly list all of them in this one question alone, but the ones that are on the top of my head are Gilmore Girls, Life Unexpected, Bates Motel, The Originals, and Black Books. Oh, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Question number 2 is favorite genres. I think the main genre that I tend to gravitate towards is supernatural, paranormal, urban fantasy type shows. I also really like teen dramas. I think those two genres tend to go hand in hand. I also like horror and thriller types, but I'm very picky with those kinds. And the fourth genre that I do like, but I find it really hard to find shows that I like within this genre, is like historical fiction, period drama type shows. Question 3, least favorite show. I don't think I have a least favorite show that I can think of at the moment. Question 4, most rewatched show or favorite show to binge watch. I don't normally rewatch shows unless I've fallen off the schedule and I'm trying to catch up. Then I will kind of go back to the very beginning and catch up to wherever they're up to. But the two shows that I do rewatch from time to time are Gilmore Girls and Life Unexpected, and I find that I rewatch those shows on specific occasions. So for example, I rewatch Gilmore Girls whenever I am kind of stressed out or anxious or kind of just sad. With Life Unexpected, I tend to rewatch that when I'm sick. Question 5, do you prefer watching things week by week or binge watching? Now, this is going to sound crazy, but I actually really like the schedule of watching each episode week by week. I know that a lot of shows that come out now come out in bulk, and so people are able to binge watch them. But even those types of shows I tend to pace myself with, because I think for me it's the only thing I can keep on schedule. I don't really have a very scheduled like personal life, and so I think having to sit down and watch a show at a certain time at a certain day is somewhat of an organization for me, and I really need that sometimes. I also miss watching things week by week because I used to be able to discuss each episode with my friends, whereas now a lot of my friends tend to just binge watch a whole season and they just discuss everything all at once, whereas I liked that feeling of watching an episode and then calling up my best friend and kind of discussing the whole episode, which is why I tend to really love TV show podcasts and like Gilmore Guys and AfterBuzz TV, because they discuss things week by week, and I don't get to do that with any of my friends in real life. Question 6, favorite television characters. Alright, from the top of my head, Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, because I keep mentioning his character arc. Klaus Mikaelson from The Originals, because again, character building, character arc is excellent. Norma Bates from Bates Motel, played by Vera Farmiga. I honestly just love everything Vera Farmiga does. Abe from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and one more, Miles Hollingsworth from Degrassi, because again, character arc is excellent. Question 7, favorite television ships. Klaus and Caroline, obviously. Klaus and Haley, obviously. Zuko and Katara, obviously. Jackie and Hyde from That 70s Show, and Dylan and Emma from Bates Motel. A lot of these end in tragedy, but I just love them. Question 8, a show you could never get into. I actually tried watching Orange is the New Black and I just couldn't get into it. Question 9, a show you fell out of love with. Now, it really pains me to say this, but I'm gonna have to go with Supernatural and Doctor Who, which I'm still debating on whether I want to rewatch the whole series of Supernatural just so I can catch up, but at the same time they have like what, 14 seasons, and that's just a lot of my time. And the thing with Doctor Who is I think it just reached its peak with David Tennant and Matt Smith, and then just kind of dwindled down in my opinion. Question 10, cancelled too soon. I actually made a video a long time ago about cancelled shows that I recommend. I will leave the link to that down below, but a particular show from the top of my head I would say would be the Red Band Society. It's about these group of kids who are all staying at the hospital because they need medical care, and it's just about their adventures, and it's actually a lot of fun, and it gets kind of emotional. I think they only had like one season and then they got cancelled. I would have loved to see more. Question 11, guilty pleasure show. I am not actually all that guilty about this, and you all know I talk about this sometimes, but I really like Degrassi The Next Generation. I have just recently rewatched all of it, all 15 seasons, and it's ridiculous and it's super over the top and it's cringy, but something about it I just really like. And the last question is, what are you currently watching? I'm not actually currently watching anything because it's kind of off-peak season for a lot of the shows that I watch, but I think the originals, I can't wait to come back because it's their last season. I'm also watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and The End of the Effing World. I have wanted to start a couple of new shows. I might actually start that today. I'm planning to start The Magicians, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I have a couple on my TV Showtime app that I really want to start. Anyway, those were my answers for this tag. I'm going to tag ChelseaChapters because I know she does episode to episode reviews of shows. I think I saw her do The Magicians, and that's kind of the reason why I wanted to start it. I'm going to also tag Clare Kauter and Kate Cavanaugh. I'm not sure how to say your last name, I'm so sorry, but I'm just nosy and I want to know what you guys watch. So yeah, that's it from me. I hope you're having a great day and I will see you soon.